How to get shredded in 10 weeks. We have another client result that we're going to talk through. This was a 10-week transformation where we pulled off 9 kilograms to get Zach ready for his holiday, which he's literally just about to go on. And in which case it was all gas, no brakes, and we're just going to explain how we got there. Now, this may be a slightly different result, but the beauty of them all being so fucking different, every one of you that watches this will take something new away from each individual result. With this one, this is more, he was an athlete that came to me. It was a case of sharpening the blade. If you look at the shot on the left, without the fucking timer in the background, apologies. He, for someone by his standards, probably doesn't get out of shape. And by the general population, you would look at that and think, this guy's not out of shape at all. Yeah, his midsection's gone soft and a bit bloated, but apart from that, he's not. He's like, built a solid foundation underneath, and you could see that. And this guy, paratrooper, boxer, like absolute athlete across many domains. And it was just, people fall out of love of training, and it happens. It happens. Other priorities take place sometimes with training. I live and breathe this shit day in, day out, so just know they don't fall down for me, but that's because I do it as a full-time job. If I didn't, and I had another purpose and something come up, sometimes fitness can take the backseat for people. And that can happen for you, it can happen for everyone. We all have a love and a passion for fitness, but that flame doesn't fucking burn all year round forever. And I understand that. So that's why it's kind of good. When people of that caliber come to me to do a transformation, I really rub my hands together. Because I know it's going to be fun to work with an athlete like that, and we can really sharpen the blade to get the best out of people. Like, there's no reason why he doesn't deserve to walk around like that all year long. He is an athlete, and he acts and carries himself as an athlete and deserves the physique of an athlete. So it really was a case of just sharpening the blade. So we'll explain what we did in this video on how to get that result. And who I'm speaking to in this video is if you are, you see yourself as an athlete, you've trained for the majority of time in your life, but you probably sat around about 17 or so % body fat, which is not holiday conditioned by a fucking long shot. Like, if anything, that's like off-season body fat percentage weight. When you don't really want to be walking around like that. So I'm speaking to you if that's where you're sat at this point. You are an athlete, you've fallen off, you're not normally where you should be. This video will help you. But likewise, I've done a lot of transformation videos where guys have been really out of shape and we've had to like really re-sew and rebuild habits, undo a lot of programming, but you're still going to come past the point of 17% body fat. So you can see the value in this as well from that standpoint. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Tom Sergi and I run the Gorilla Platoon. This is an online physique transformation program whose result I want to fucking cover. So we can see this is the style of results we get, which is nice. Some decent results in there, which I'm sure you can see, and we'd like to talk through them, see what we learned from it. So this video, how to get shredded within 10 weeks, if you're obviously at the point where that is achievable, which for a lot of you it probably is. So this guy started out 84 kg, 17% body fat. Goal was 75 kg and 8% body fat. I believe in the final shot he was 74.8, so we hit that and that was nice. Starting calories 2,366. You don't need to go so low with food when you're starting out at 17% body fat. The beauty of that is it will give you somewhere to go with it. If you start fairly high, you've got plenty to pull with, and the body will change week on week. You don't need to go really, really low, really, really early, because go a little bit lower than what you were doing, you'll see a drop off. Keep pulling that lever and keep getting the response out of your body in order to drop that kilo per week. Don't shoot your shot so early, because where do you go from it when you're 2 to 3 weeks in and the body's starting to get used to what it is you put it on. Steps at 10K and no cardio to start with. Now, I'm going to give you the specifics of the changes we made just so you can understand what it would look like when you're going to run it for yourself. But you are going to weigh, you are going to track all data. So that means weigh yourself daily, track your food, i.e. the calorie target you've set, proteins, fats and carbs as well. Track your steps each day and also track your cardio. If it's on for the first week, you might not need it. Then you're going to see what response did we get. If you didn't get enough of a response, i.e. a kilo drop per week, then you can make a change. In this instance, I will be honest, I did preempt a lot of moves. You can see here I've made a change on 7 out of the 9 weeks in this 10-week transformation. Obviously, week 10 would be end, so there isn't a week 10 on here, but we can see that we've made changes more often than not because I wanted to keep the flow, the momentum going and make it progressive down. In a long scale transformation where people start at higher body fat, you don't need to do that. I've had a client start really, really high body fat. We put him on one plan, and honestly, the motherfucker's dropped nearly 20 kilos. I think he has dropped 20 kilos just on what we've got him on. But with this, where you're trying to bring someone in for a holiday in that amount of time, you need to be on the money. Bang, 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 bang. And that's why I preempted a few changes. So straight away, went in week 1, 20 minutes daily cardio, heart rate 120 to 130 on something that's not going to accumulate fatigue. Great response off the back of that. Scale weight was dropping down nicely 2 weeks deep. And then we went to 30 minutes of daily cardio. Now at this point, after week 4, I then took our first bit of food out. And that mainly came from fats. Dark chocolate, peanut butter, reduced there. Then up to 40 minutes daily cardio. And you can see by the time we've got to the end of week 6, rolling into week 7, that we've only really taken out 190 calories. Cardio is sat fairly high at 40 minutes. But we've still got plenty to play with. So at that point then, I only was looking to push up cardio once more, and you can see I started to get quite aggressive quite quickly with the food. Dropped 120 calories, dropped another 120 calories. Last week, dropped 130 calories. So that's the way we rolled with it. That's how the changes we made. This is just so you can understand how I'm doing the coaching rather than... That doesn't mean anything to you. I'm aware that doesn't mean anything to you, but I want you to understand, how did we get the result? How do we make it progressive? This is how, and I just thought I'd put this on screen for you, because otherwise you'd be like, what changes did you make and why? And just so you know, as a rule of thumb, read the scale weight. Did you get the result you wanted to? 1 kilo drop per week. If yes, don't touch the plan. If no, then roll with it again and make a change. And also ultimately either increase from cardio or decrease from food. Challenges that we had. This is the main thing I wanted to speak to you about in this video. You are human beings, all right? I'm well aware you are human beings, and human beings interact with other human beings. And in the modern day, human beings interact at social events, which most of the time involve food or they involve alcohol. And this is one of the biggest concerns I get for people when they want to do the transformation, but they have their social life as well. Now, don't get me wrong. If you can hermit it for 10 weeks, of course, you are going to get a better result than if you have to go out and socialise, because you'll be able to guarantee that you won't put wrong foods in your mouth because you're not in the environment. However, I don't want you to have an amazing physique but be fucking sad and depressed because your social life went completely out the window. There is a way you can have both, and this is what I wanted to explain to you. So if you know you've got a social event coming up at the weekend, plan ahead and be smart about it. Don't pay fucking lip service to it, and then come the weekend you realise, oh, I've got to go and attend to this and I've got to eat this, because the week after you're playing catch up. You're being reactive rather than proactive. The reason we manage to get results and people still socialise is because we're proactive about it. We understand this is what's coming up. Now we need to do something about it. As soon as somebody tells me, and I ask it in every check-in sheet, do you have any events coming up for this coming week? If yes, let me know what. Because if I know what, I can coach it. If you hide it from me, I can't coach that. If it happens and you've already had the food, now we're reactive. Now we've lost a week to try and get you towards the goal. And if you're trying to come to me for a result where you need to shed a fair few amount of kilos in a shortish time frame, we ain't got time to miss on that. So integrity really has to fall through. So you need to be someone of integrity. You need to just face things blunt on and be like, I've got this coming up. Because then what we can do is we can be like, right, this is the event. You need to eat out. Okay, send me the menu. What? Yeah, send me the menu. Okay, cool. They'll send it me on WhatsApp. I'll be like, this looks all right, this looks all right, this looks all right. And of course, I'm picking the lesser of two evils. When you eat out, it is made with fucking seed oils. It is made with fucking processed foods. It is made for taste. It is made for palatability. It's not made with your fucking dietary goals in mind. They are a business. They want to make money. They want you to come back. And I do not begrudge them against that. Where even if they have calories on the menu, they weighed that food once. One time. So they roughly know the calories. They don't do it every time. Just once. Don't get me wrong, it's still better having at least a ballpark figure than nothing at all, but it's not that accurate. No food is. Whenever you eat out, be very, very, very cautious. So you're looking to pick lean options, because look at it this way. You get a salmon or you get a whitefish, then you're eating them out, so straight away it's higher than what it would be at home. And this one's a fattier one anyway. This one's a leaner one. Higher calorie, lower calorie. It just makes sense to go to the leaner option. Stick to protein options as well if you're going to eat out. You didn't go out to buy fucking carbs. You can cook that at home, and it's hard to fuck up cooking carbs. I mean, you motherfuckers will probably burn rice, but you went out for fucking proper food. king's food, meats and fishes, like the fucking king you are. So don't be going out and eating carbs and eating fats and eating whack shit. Go out and eat protein. Just protein. Because at least then you won't miss your protein target. And you're not going to have overconsumed loads of calories. And you're going to be satiated. So just go out. Would I say steak? On average, an 8-ounce steak is 500 calories. We can deal with that. So then from there, we're going to bank the calories throughout the week. Depends where you're going and what you're doing for how much banking we've got and how much of a deficit you're in and what we can really play with. I would say if you can shave off, and you very easily do this, 100 calories a day across 6 days, because let's say you go on a Saturday, that's 600 calories extra. That's a meal in itself. But if you don't attack it face on, it will come up to you and you'll be fucking 600 calories the other way when you may have needed to make a change anyway to see progress. Now you're really in the fucking depths of a deficit the week after. So don't ignore this. You can have a social life. Motherfuckers think they can't, but motherfuckers do. They think, I've gone out, I've blown it, there's no point carrying on. When all you really need to do was just be a little bit proactive, work out where you were going to go. If you had to eat out, this is the steak you're getting. This is the calories. 8-ounce steak, 500, but we're eating out. It's probably more about 7. Okay, shave 100 calories off each day. Bang, I can have the steak. You need to drink alcohol? Guess what? Drink gin, drink vodka, or tequila. They're roughly about 100 calories per shot. Have one single with some 0-calorie mixer. Drag that out for as long as possible till one of your mates goes, fucking hell, you're nursing that, aren't you? And you're like, yeah, I am. And then you just, get 2 or 3 of those. That's 200 to 300 calories. You can bank that, no problem. Or you can add from steps and cardio, but then you're robbing from Peter to pay Paul, I think, because it costs more time. I just don't like the idea of having to put a shit more time in because I really don't think that's sustainable. It's much easier to not put something in your mouth. That takes all of no seconds versus going and spending minutes on the treadmill, minutes out doing steps, trying to cash in extra 1,000 steps. You can do it if you've got the time. If you don't work that much, you can do it. But I would honestly just say, just take from calories to give more calories somewhere else from a food perspective. That's my take. That's what I've seen works. I just find people don't already, and especially if you're already on cardio and steps, to stack on even more, it's just going to become a nose for you. So I wouldn't recommend that, but you can. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I don't tend to do it that way. So they were the biggest challenges that we planned ahead for and made sure that we still made progress and got towards the goal. So end result, this is how we finished. So sharpen the blade, crispy around the midsection, obviously veins popping through. Guy already had a boatload of muscle, to tell you the truth. It was just really a case of me sharpening the blade. 9 kilos dropped in the 10-week period, and yeah, we got the results. So if you want to work specifically with me, there'll be a link in the description. Book a call, message me on Instagram. If you found this video useful, then subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.